Good day and God bless students. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss the continuation of the Module 2 topic. Alright, so okay, let me just proceed to the slides. Okay, the topic, by the way, we're going to discuss here is all about first is the elements no, of an information system. Alright, so to be valuable or uh, to be valuable information must be first it must be accurate, it must be organized, timely, accessible, useful, and cost effective to produce. And generating information from a computer requires these five elements. So we have the hardware, the software, data, people, and procedures. And together, kani silang lima, this comprise of information system. So present ni sila tanan no sa information system as an information system. And si hardware must be reliable and capable of handling the expected workload. So dapat og unsa may purpose or unsa may work sa isa ka user, si hardware must be reliable as well, no? To depende sa workload no sa isa ka user, and the software must be developed carefully and tested thoroughly. So that is why maagi ni siya og kanang testing and trials so that ma-achieve no unsay goals to create the software. And the data entered into the computer must be accurate. So together, no, of course, apil naman gina si data, si people and the procedures. Okay, so here on the next slide is the interaction, no, or how these elements of information system in an enterprise might interact. So first is the IT people, or what we call as the people develop processes, no, sila may naghimog procedure, nag-develop og procedures for recording checks and received from customers. Of course gi-utilize nila ang computer to do the following procedures. And then what will happen next is the employees, again the people in the accounts receivable department, use a program to enter the checks, that is the data in the computer. Okay, so people and the software and the data is interacting, and and then the computer, which is the hardware, performs calculations required to process the accounts receivable data and stores the result on storage media such as hard disk drive. So mo nay trabaho niya, no, after the hardware performs the calculations, the information, after the process, the information will be stored on the storage media such as the hard disk. And lastly, uh, if the customer or the employee would like to print no the statements or the information, that will be through the usage of a certain hardware. Okay, so kani silang lima, they are part in the in the generation of information of a they are part in the information system. So example no of computer usage, no, since involved man is siya, we're going to discuss here the five categories of users. Okay, so firstly we have home user. Kinsa man ni sila. So home users, they access a large amount of information. They conduct research, take college classes, pay bills, manage investments, they shop, listen to radio, watch movies, read books, and so on. So, kasagarang user, ang tawag ani nila is home user. So, kasagarang mga user nga inani ang ginabuhat, no? They are called home user, no? Because usually naaram pod sila sa balay, no? Nagbuhat aning mga kuan or nag-use of computer, having this or performing these types of tasks. So, on the internet, home users kaya po nila mag-access, no? They can access a huge amount of information, and katong gi-discuss na ko ganina, gi-mention ako na sa slides. And they also communicate, no, with others around the world through social medias, no? Through emails, through blogs, instant messages, through chats, and so on. So they also share ideas, like mga posts, they post their status, their interests, their photos, di ba, on social networking websites. Okay, so they can do, home users can really do a lot of things, no, even at home. And they can also use mobile devices to listen to music or download music, diba? And they also usually have one or more game consoles, no, na ay mga game consoles sa ilang balay, and they are still called a home user. And typical ko, no, sa balay karon, they have one or more desktop computers, no. If not desktop, they have the users, they have desktop or no, the mobile device. If not desktop, na sila mobile device. And these small uh, networks, no, allow family members to share an internet connection and printer na bisag, if na ay printer sa balay, and then you have mobile devices or desktop, you can actually share or allow family members to share an internet connection and a printer. And home users also have a variety of software, no? In maghimo pa lang dad og assignment, no, as students, you use a word processing software, 'di ba? If maghandle pud sa finances, like personal finance software ang gamiton, no, it helps the home user with personal finances, investments, and family budgets. Other software pud for in preparing taxes, uh, household inventories, mga ana, and naay home computers nga naay mga securities. So daghan kaayo og applications, no, ang ginagamit ang usa ka home user. All right. So here, so another thing, no, I want to add up, e-receipts save paper and organize life, since almost what happened today, almost all transactions are done through computer, no, paperless based na ang kuan karon mga transaction. And it actually save, no, more paper, even sa paghatag lang og resibo, no. Imagine, no, sa isa ka grocery store or even on mga shops nga imong palitan, syempre mag-print gyud na sila og resibo. But here, you may need to find a new use of the old shoe boxes that are storing your receipts. And some environmentally cautious retailers, they provide a service that issues receipts electronically. So dili na need ang paper, no. So when you say electronic, so kuan na tanan through email na, no, what they call as the digital receipts or e-receipt. So they are sent to an email account or website where they can be sorted or deleted, no. Nara nimo i-save nimo or i-delete. And one server links consumer credit cards to a receipt account on a specific website so that every time the cards are swiped for a purchase, a reset is sent to the customer's account. Kana bitong mag-order ka using your GCash baka using your bank account no online. Every time you buy something online, na adyo na siya message nga i-send or i-email sa imo and that is called an e-reset. And more than 70% no, of consumers say nga they would prefer having an e-receipt rather than a paper receipt. According to one estimate, 9 million trees would be saved if no paper receipts were issued for 1 year. No, imagine inana ka environmental friendly ang klase nga kon in this kind of idea. All right, so let's proceed to the second one, the small office or home office user. Okay, so computer actually even mga small business or mga home office users makatabang gid siya no mo ni siya isa nga ka gadget or technology ang nakatabang no in managing resources effectively. When we say SOHO or small office home office, that includes any company with fewer than 50 employees. So uh, below 50 no they are called small office, as well as the self-employed, no, apila ng self-employed who work from home. And small offices include local law practices, accounting firms, travel agencies, and florists. So, those are just a few examples ng mga small office or home office user. And typically, they have desktop, no? Kaning mga inaning user, they have desktop computer to perform some, if not all, of their duties. And aside sa desktop computer, they also have smartphones or other mobile devices to manage appointments and contact information. Um, Also, the Soho users can access, no, or they access the internet to look up information such as address, directions, postal codes, and flights. No, as what you have seen here, no, if a business is all about mag-book og mga flights, no, if naay mga inana nga mga kuan mga users or business users or business Soho users uh, mo connect lang sila sa internet, no? And that can be done in their home. So many have entered also in the e-commerce arena, no, sa business. So they're asa man sila nagkuan, man sila nag-access unsa man nga platform, of course sa web, no? They can conduct no, their business on the web. Their websites advertise products and services and may provide a means for taking orders. So even sa mga Facebook no, pwede ka makahimo ani kanang maghimo ka og account for business purpose, no, pwede nimo i-upload yung mga pictures, mag-post kag mga advertisements, 'di ba? And uh, that will actually save them money, no, to some aspects like buying more hardware and more software nga dili na kinahanglan. Okay, so as long as you have one computer connected to an internet and a printer, you are already a Soho users. Okay, so unsa man nga mga software ang ginagamit ani nila, they can actually use word processing software no like available na siya sa MS Office and spreadsheet programs that assist with document preparation and finances. Okay, so for example, no, auto parts store, they have or they will have a software that allows for looking up parts, taking orders and payments, and updating inventory. So they have that software. especially some other users that use industry specific types of software, no, katong inani nga mga inani nga mga users. Okay, so next, again, no, included jud si mobile user, no. They are uh they are work, no, on a computer or mobile device while away from main office, home office, or even school. And uh, increasingly, they are the employees and students kaning mga mobile users. Other example of mobile users are mga sales representatives, kanang mga real estate agents, insurance agents, katong mga sigiglakaw, meter readers, package delivery people, journalists, consultants, and students, no, katong trabaho nga ni jud mo ni jud mo biyahe, no. Okay. Okay, so next. Okay. For power user naman, this is another category, no. This requires the capabilities of a workstation. I think this was mentioned, no, in last topic, or on the previous video, the term workstation or other type of powerful computer. So kani silang power user, uh, they require the capabilities of a workstation. A workstation, this is a type of PC. The examples of power user that includes engineers, scientists, architects, desktop publishers, and graphic artists. They can also work with multimedia, no, that combining text, graphics, audio, and video into one application. So kani nga klase nga mga users, they really need, no, computers with extremely fast processors, no, because of the nature of their work. Okay? Okay, so next is the enterprise user. So sa enterprise, ganina na ay natay ginatawag nga home user or small office or home office user, which has uh, below 50 nga employees. But for enterprise users, it has hundreds or thousands of employees or customers nung nagtrabaho or nag customer, either customer sa isa ka enterprise or trabahante, no, and with their offices across a region, not just in one country. So each employee or customer who uses a computer is called an enterprise user. Okay? So enterprise or enterprises use computers and the computer network to process high volumes in a single day. So that is why they really need this uh, 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 sa tawag ni a powerful pod nga a powerful pod nga computer to cater hundreds or thousands of employees and customers. Although they may differ in size, no, ang transactions and the products or services offered, generally, o kato sila tanan, they use computers, no, for basic business activities. No, for example, they magbayad sila sa ilang customers, no, they bill millions of customers. Also they prepare payroll sa ilang mga customers, and sobrag thousands, and manage thousands of items as well. So even sa items sa ilang inventory, so they really need uh, computer nga maka-cater ani. And some enterprises, they even use blogs, no, to open communications among employees. customers and or vendors. So kasagaran ani mga enterprise users naa sila'y websites no that will allow customers and vendors to conduct business online. Okay. So ang application ani nila nga gamiton sa mga enterprise users, they could also use word processing na application, spreadsheet, database, and presentation software. They may also use calendar programs to post their schedules on the network. And for communication, of course, they use smartphones and mobile devices. So those are no, I think those are the categories no, of users. So here is the summary sa category sa computer user. We have the home, mo ni siya ang hardware niya, and the software applications nga ginagamit. Okay, so just take time to pause and to read. So I'll just move on to the next slides. Okay, so let's go to this topic. Okay, so computer applications in society. So the computer, actually, it has changed, no? It has changed the society today, and people they interact directly with computers in the field of education, in the field of finance, government, healthcare, science, publishing, travel, and manufacturing. So in addition pod, they can also benefit no they could benefit in using computer even if naa sila aning field. So the following here we're going to discuss first is the education in the field of education. So education is the process of acquiring knowledge, right? And many forms of uh, printed nga mga materials such as e-books or books and manuals are used as learning tools. And today, educators also are turning to computers to assist with education. That is why dali na lang kaayo na pwede na tayo eskwela through online, no need to go to school. So nanay online classes, you could actually enroll online and the teachers could teach you through online. So many schools and companies no naadjud sila kuan no katong face to face pa no naadjud classrooms and laboratories, but some schools they require students nga naadjud sila even kuan lang mobile device to access the school's network or internet no, especially sa enrollment no access gyud dapat ang gamit jud og kuan internet or magamit jud og computer or mobile device. Sometimes the delivery of education occurs at one place while the learning occurs at other location. For example, the students can take a class on the web. So some classes na ay blended, no, na ay times nga mo ato sa school. No, part of the learning, of course, occurs in a classroom, and the other part occurs on the web. And more than 70% no, of colleges offer distance learning classes na samot na karon. I think more or 90% of the colleges they offer distance learning if not 100%. So a few even offer entire degrees online no, kung mo search ka sa online daghan kaayong mga courses nga gi-offer. And you can actually enroll without going to school. Excuse. So next is in finance, in the field of finance. Many people and companies they use computer to help manage their finance. Even no, even ikaw siguro no, siguro kwenta-kwenta nimo manual, but you can actually use an application no, na mga application where you can manage your finances. And some use finance software to balance checkbooks, pay bills, track personal income and expenses, manage investments, and evaluate financial plans. Okay, so daghan kayo siya og kuan, daghan kayo siya og this software, daghan kayo siya og services, no? For example, using this software, you can actually track investments and do online banking, no? With online banking, pwede maka-access ang user sa iyang balance, no, pila balance niya, pwede ka makabayad, no, sa mga bayaran sa balay, sa internet, sa tubig, sa kuryente. And copy monthly transactions from the bank's computer right into their personal computers. Kaya pwede raman siya makakuan, pwede ma-download, no. Okay, so importante kaayo, no, na ang application sa computer even in the finance. So many financial institutions websites also offer online banking, no. Even kana mga kuan nato karon, mga bangko nato diri like RCBC, mga BDO, First Valley Bank, nana sila yung mga websites where pwede ra ka maka-transact, no. We can do online banking instead of using a finance software, no, in the computer. You can actually they can actually use website where all of your account information is stored on the bank's computer. So murag ang nahitabo is ang information nimo naa sa computer sa bangko, and then they are able to uh, share, no, those information to you online. And investors often use online investing to buy and sell stocks and bonds without using a broker, no, through online investing. Okay, so may tabo much lesser na ang kuan transaction fee kay wala na may broker bayaran. So in the same way, sa government, they provide a society with direction by making and administering policies. So to provide the citizens with updated information, ang kasagarang government offices, no, they already have websites. No, even ang PhilHealth, ang Pag-ibig, mga inanang mga agencies, no, or some other government agencies, they have websites. So people so that people can access or can do transactions like the following, like they could file taxes, they could apply for permits and licenses, they could even report crimes, apply for financial aid, no, kanang sa mga loans sa mga SSS or Pag-ibig, and renew vehicle registrations and driver's licenses, no. Yeah, that can be done online. Okay, so here in healthcare, medical staff around uh, is using computers for these various purposes, no. Hospitals and doctors gamit sila computer and mobile devices to maintain and access patient records. So recorded na or stored na tanan ang information sa patients, no, sa ilang database, so they could easily access. They could using computers also pwede ma-monitor ang vital signs sa patients. Naapoy robots nga uh, nakakaroon sa ubang mga hospitals to deliver medication, or that could assist nurse stations in hospitals. Some of the computers, computerized device ang makatabang pod, no, to assist the doctors, the nurses, and technicians with the medical test kanang pagtest sa mga dugo, sa ihi, so mga inana. So ang pag-analyze ana through the assistance of computer. All right. So doctors also, they use web and medical software to assist with researching and diagnosing health conditions. So gamit sila software, they use computer para mag-research, no, and to diagnose the health conditions, no, if not there that is not sa ito ganit immediately diagnosable nga condition sa isa ka patient, no, at one look na dili man day na mahibaw-an ang sakit. They really have to analyze and uh, diagnose the health conditions, no, moagi pa na siya pila ka process usa sila ka come up og uh, or hibaw-an nila unsay sakit sa patient. And they also use, no, the doctors, they use email to correspond with patients. No, I don't know here, but in the US, mo na nay ginagamit. And pharmacists also, they use computers to file insurance claims, surgeon implants, computerized devices such as pacemakers that allow patients to live longer. So, mo ni siya mga implant computer device nga ipang pang butang sa sulod. Uh, for laser eye surgery and robot assisted heart surgery, surgeons also are using those one. All right. So in science, all branches of science from biology to astronomy to meteorology use computers to assist them with collecting, analyzing, and modeling data. And tiny computers now imitate functions of the central nervous system, retina of the eye, and cochlea of the ear. So daghan kaayog breakthroughs, no, sa surgery, sa medicine, and the treatments often results from scientists' use of computers. Okay, so kaning cochlea, kaning sa dunggan, this is a cochlear, no, ginatawag, uh, implant. It allows a deaf person to hear, no, makadungog ang kuan katong mga naikapansanan sa dunggan. And electrodes implanted in the brain also, it stop tremors associated with Parkinson's disease. So kaning sa utok, no, na ay tremors nga mahitabo, and that only happens when you have a Parkinson disease. Okay, so butangan nila kuan electrodes. And cameras, small enough to swallow, gagmay na lang kaayo, sometimes called a camera pill, that could take pictures inside your body to detect polyps, cancer, and other abnormalities. Okay? So inana na ka high-tech. Inana na ang application sa computer sa science. So this is the camera pill that I'm talking about. The patient will swallow this tiny capsule, no, that contains a disposable camera. Na ay lights, na apo ni transmitter, na apo'y battery. Okay? And what happen if tunlon sa pasyente, mudagan ang capsule padulong sa sulod sa lawas sa pasyente, and the camera snaps about 50,000 pictures, no, which are transmitted to a recording device worn as a belt on the patient's waist. So dito niya ipasa. The patient is actually wearing on his waist a recording device, no, so that the data transmitted from the camera will be recorded. So what will happen next is the doctor will transfer the data on the recording device to a computer to analyze and process the data. So, ana. Okay. So, in publishing, when we say publishing, this is the process of making works available to the public. So, these works include books, magazines, newspapers, music, film, and video. Okay, so special software assists graphic designers in developing pages that includes text, graphics, and photos. Artists in composing and enhancing songs, filmmakers in creating and editing film, and journalists and mobile users in capturing and modifying video clips. Okay, so kasagarang mga publishers karon usually kay ang tradition is that they publish their work and then they maghimo lang na sila advertisement so that people can see their advertisement and buys their book either in bookstore or in the siguro mga bot og naba na sa library. And some karon many publishers nowadays they make their works available online, no? Kay mas daghan magmaabtan, and some websites allow you to copy the work, no, na ay uban free, such as a book or music, no, that you could actually some of those are for sale, of course, and you could actually download them to your desktop computer or even to your cell phones. All right, so also sa travel, no, kauban gihapon nato si computer. Whether traveling by car or airplane, your goal is to arrive safely at your destination, no? As we travel, pwede ta maka-interact with some of the latest technologies. Ang sakyanan karon, no, vehicles na manufacture nowadays often include in onboard navigation systems such as, for example, OnStar. I don't know unsay mga pangalan, no, karon sa mga navigation systems sa itong mga cars, but this is just an example. And many mobile devices such as smartphones napod na sila built-in nga navigation system. Bisag imuhang car wala built-in, but if you have smartphones, no, you can actually download an app as a navigation system. And some mobile users prefer to carry specialized handheld navigation device. No, mas prefer ni siya kay bisag wala ka sa sakyanan, you can go for a hike or walk, a jog, a bike. So na kay makita where you can see the roads, you know, ahead. So for all right, so in preparation for a trip, or moadto ba ka og laing country, you may need to reserve a flight, no, or you book a flight. And many websites offer these services to the public, no. For example, you can order airline tickets on the web, no. If you also plan to drive somewhere and are unsure of the road to take to your destination, pwede ka magpa-print og mapa gikan sa website. But you can use your mobile, no, to as long as na kay internet, connected lang ka sa internet. In manufacturing, they have this computer aided manufacturing software or system where computers assist with the manufacturing process, no, such as fabrication and assembly. And industries, they use this software to reduce product development cost, shorten a product's time to market, and stay ahead of the competition because mao naman ni trabaho sa software. And often naanay mga nag-assist nga mga robots, no, robots to help, no, the manufacturing or even in creating or creating cars. All right, so kaning cam usually nangagamit ani, no, there are varieties of industries na nagamit ani including oil drilling, power generation, food production, and automobile manufacturing. Okay, so all right, so this is the last slides, and that is the last part of the module 2. So if you have any questions, you may send your questions in the group chat or in the chat box or message features sa Quipper, no, if you have any queries about the discussions. And I will also post the assessment kauban ani nga lecture. Okay.